Gemini, welcome to your full moon in Pisces reading. I hope this finds you well. Let me say, I hope I don't go long on this one because I can totally feel the energies that you've been going through or that you will be going through at the time of this full moon. Let's see what the cards have to say. Angel of Healing. Wow, Aries got that. You might want to go watch the Aries reading, particularly if Aries is significant to you. If you have Aries placements, if you know an Aries. This would have to do with your, public and private life being triggered right now. I feel like for some of you, there's frustration going on with your career, your status, your legacy. How do I know? Because I've been dealing with Saturn in my 10th house. Yeah. Even though I'm a Taurus rising, I'm like third decan Taurus, and sometimes these energies hit me exactly where it's hitting Gemini. So I very much relate to this reading. Wow, there's a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay, so you're being asked right now to release. If this is not a fire sign, this could be a business, particularly if you are an entrepreneur, a business owner, you're in some kind of leadership role, you're having to release something, maybe a vision that you had for yourself. Because I do see, with Saturn and the moon, they're in that 10th house, you're getting some kind of pressure put on you in this respect in your life. And it might be, yes, for some of you, your romantic life. And if that is the case, it could be, like I said, a fire sign or maybe a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, where this person is just not going to be able to live up to ideals, okay? This could be a lover with commitment issues, intimacy problems. There might be jealousy in this relationship. Their feelings are kind of fickle, flighty, in and out. There also might be some unrealistic expectations. And I will say that even if this is a very 10th house thing with your career, what you had envisioned for your career, is it based? Is it grounded in reality? That's at the foundation. I do see that there's been a lot of stress going on, and you need to let it go. Okay, some of you anxiety, some of you have lost sleep over this, trying to figure this thing out. Some of you are afraid. What if this goes wrong? And I'm sorry to say that some of the thought process here might be logical. Like you do, maybe rightly so, have a reason to be concerned, because I am getting an indication here that someone or something is unable to live up to the ideals. There's something that's been unrealistic, like it's not going to get there, and it's stressing you out unnecessarily. So what is it that you need to embrace at this time? King of Cups, we got the water sign again. Definitely possibly Pisces showing up here, but that could be Scorpio and Cancer. But I'm getting look, a time of healing and a time of reflection and enlightenment, and if things are seem like it's stuck or stasis, it's almost like you have to embrace that moment. You have to kind of allow things to be on hold or in a holding pattern for a time being, so that you can get a new perspective, and maybe don't rush into making any commitments, definitely while Venus is retrograde. Oh my. We got a lot of retrograde energy all to the end of this year. Okay, so you might need to kind of embrace the stuck, as much as that sucks. I didn't mean to rhyme there, but hey, it just happened. And look at what sacrifices need to be made, and this might have to do with getting the love in your life, okay, and getting healing in your life with that King of Cups. Some of you are also getting more enlightenment on emotional mastery, and I feel this has a lot to do with how do you keep things emotionally calm when there's a storm raging around you, okay? How do you remain vulnerable and authentic and loving? How do you let the heart rule when something you're passionate about is just not going to get you there? It's maybe stealing your peace, okay? And This is also healing your perspective. It's a perspective shift that heals. What perspective needs to change about what? Your ambitions, and it might have to do with a soulmate and something that you have felt a lot of love for and a lot of attachment and affection for quite some time. Something about the last 2 years, hardships over the last 2 years might be very significant, might have to do with how you earn your daily bread, how you meet your most basic needs, and you kind of you're going to have to heal that perspective and shift your perspective on how you do it. You know, there's definitely some contrast going on between your private life and your public life. And right now, the spotlight is being put on home, family, sense of belonging, housing issues. But I do feel like there's been some risk taken with family that you maybe have to release and let go of. Risk taken with a business venture or somebody in a leadership role. Risk taken with a fire sign or a water sign or with your romantic life. And that has to be let go of. This kind of, I don't know, this gambling things, this risk taking, this rolling the dice, it has to be released, okay? And it's almost like you're going to have to get on solid ground and do the bare necessities. But I think this is going to be a major sacrifice for you, because this is having to let go of an ambition that you really held on to, I'm sorry to say. The feelings that you need to process at this time have to do with trust in relationships, reliance, dependence, and believing. And I think there's nothing wrong with that, so long as it's, you know, reciprocal, right? They're both depending on each other, and it's a two-way thing. But I mean, who are you able to do this with? Because I'm seeing somebody here just can't carry the water. And the shadow energy is there are people in your midst, or there's an energy in your midst that has been quite self-indulgent. They're about themselves. And again, that might be why there are trust issues, and there's hopes or ideals that are just not grounded in reality. Let's get the advice on how to heal that. Friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. So some of you need to maybe partner, and I think that I'm being brought back to Jupiter. Probably Jupiter in your 11th house right now is where you're going to get those lucky breaks, okay? Get some fortunate breaks, particularly if there's a squeeze on, you know, your relationships with colleagues or your career, and that's applying pressure to your 4th house with home and family. Well, your lucky break might be in the friendship zone. Yeah, somebody just wants sex, okay? Oh, they miss you though, but they just want that ASS. So you've been warned. Be blessed.